guys, so today's video is a completely different one to any video that I've ever filmed. Before, I mentioned in one of my lockdown vlogs that I had sort of sat and written down a whole fitness journey, weight loss, everything plan, and if you wanted to see it in a video then I would do it, and everybody said that they wanted to see it. Before I get into this video, few disclaimers. I'm going to be talking about weight loss, clothes sizes, food, dieting, exercise, everything in this video. If that is something that is a trigger warning to you, then please do not watch this video. The meaning of this video is not to upset anyone, it is just to document my personal experience. Also, I would just like to start off this video by saying this is my personal feelings towards my body. However I feel about me does not reflect on how I feel about other people who look the same as I do, the same as I did, bigger than I did, anything like that. This is a personal opinion. I think you should love your body no matter what, and everybody is beautiful. So I don't want this to be a, I looked like this, now I want to look like this, you should do the same. It's not that at all. This is just my personal story. With it, I'm going to be throwing pictures up throughout this video as sort of context for you guys to be able to see, and I have got everything written down in my notepad. Not fancy enough. I could have typed it up on my laptop, but I've just been scribbling bits and bobs down. I am currently 23. Anyone who's just coming to this video from this video or didn't know, I'm 23, and this, I would say from the starting of this video, we're probably starting about 2014. So like 7 years ago. So yeah, I hope you enjoy. I hope this gives you some information, and I'm by no means an expert. This is just my personal experience and what I have done, and yeah, I kind of want to do this a bit more chatty, so that I can just explain everything to you. So let's get on with it. Okay, so we'll start with sort of like my background. I always danced from being the age of 4 to the age of 18. I danced, and I danced in school, I danced out of school. I did a whole lot of dancing, exercise at all times. I finished dancing outside of school when I was 16, but I was still at college doing dance, so I still had another 2 years of doing it, just not as frequently. When I did dance, I would say I would do about 4 hours on a Saturday, I would do lessons on a Tuesday, we had competitions on a Sunday sometimes, and I did dance in school, so I did a lot of exercise. I always thought I was always really slim. I weren't petite because I'm tall, but I was always a petite frame, petite build. And I always thought just a super fast metabolism, I could eat whatever I wanted, and that was that. That isn't the case, and obviously it was due to the amount of exercise that I was doing. So the first time I ever thought about anywhere near losing weight was 2014. I was at school and it was for prom. Now, this was definitely not a time that I needed to lose any weight. It was coming up to prom. I just wanted to sort of feel a bit better. Didn't do anything extreme at all. I just sort of watched what I was eating a bit more. And at the time of prom, I was 9 stone 13, which, another thing through this video, I am massively focused on weight. I have always weighed quite heavy. Hello, I'm just editing this video and I just wanted to clarify, what I mean by I've always weighed heavy is not meaning that 9 stone 13's heavy or 10 stone whatever's heavy. I mean, for my personal, the way I look and my build, I have always on the scales weighed a lot heavier than what you would expect, or people would say, guess that you weighed, because of I've always been quite muscly. Just wanted to clear that up. I didn't want anyone getting upset thinking that I was saying 9 stone 13 or 10 stone or any of the weights in this were heavy. I just meant heavy personally for how I looked, and throughout my life I've never been a really light person. Hope that clears that up. I have quite a high muscle mass in my body. So even for my clothes size or how I look, I have always weighed heavy. Not a problem to me. I don't fixate myself on a weight and getting down to a certain weight, but just for context through this video, I will be telling you my weights so that you can see the fluctuation in it. So I was 9 stone 13 and this was 2014. So I stopped dancing outside school, left school, went to college. Obviously you have a load more freedom at college. You can go and get takeaways all the time. I also started a little Saturday part-time job, so I had a bit more money, so we'd go out for food, and I started to notice the weight gain more towards my 18th birthday. This picture is when me and Connor went to Egypt, and this was in March of 2015. So at the time I just turned 17, and then I would say perfectly fine, had no problems with my weight. And then by the time we got to 18, I had gained a little bit of weight and I was getting a little bit self-conscious about it. I remember we had a dance show in year 13 at college, and the teacher wanted us to wear leggings and a coloured sort of tight top or cropped top so that she could see what we were doing for the dance show. And I think there's a tweet somewhere on my Twitter where I'm like, if she thinks that I am wearing a tight top, there is no chance, because I was starting to feel more self-conscious in myself. A lot of my friends had all sort of like stayed the same, and I kind of felt like I was getting to the change. I think a lot of this is to do with, I was quite late starting puberty. So I was still very childlike. I didn't really have any boobs. I didn't have hips. I didn't really carry any weight. And I only started my period when I was 15, nearly 16. So by the time I got to, that was like the back end of school. By the time I got to college, I'd started sort of getting more boobs and getting hips, and my body was changing. So I think that was another point. You also have to think that when you're at school and you're 16, you're literally a child. To turning like 18, or to me now at 23, I'm saying I'm 23, I'm not 20, I'm 23 in a couple of weeks. Did I say 23 at the beginning of the video? I can't remember. I'm 22. Not sure what I said at the beginning. But there is obviously a massive change. Your body is changing itself regardless of weight fluctuation. When I was about 18, I joined the gym. No idea what I was doing. I used to go with my friend, like we'd go on the treadmill, you'd do like the squat rack, and you just didn't really know what was going on. It probably wasn't doing me that much good, but it was doing better than I thought. But I've always had problem with food. I'm not setting myself on like a labeling anything, but food is always my problem more than the exercise side of it. Like I could be really, really good with the exercise, and the food has been the issue. So in 2016, in the July, I had finished college and I started working full time. I work in a beauty salon, which is basically sat down all day, drinking cups of tea and eating biscuits, is basically what you do. So I went from being active to dabbling in the gym and sitting down all day at work and just eating rubbish all the time. So here's a few pictures of me when I had first started work, and I can definitely see a difference in myself on these pictures. So this is middle of 2016. Fast forward to 2017, which is the worst year. So I was massively self-conscious. I'd got up to, I was 13 stone 1 by the middle to end of 2017, and I was so unhappy. A lot of things happened in my life at the time. Me and Connor broke up for a little bit. And I was just kind of went into self-destruct mode a little bit, because thinking back on it now, it definitely was somewhat due to how I felt about myself. I went out drinking for like 20 something weekends in a row. It was a lot. If you look back at my videos from sort of 2017, you can see a huge, massive difference in myself and my appearance. I was just so unhappy. I was wearing sort of like a size 14 to 16 clothes. I would literally buy everything that was oversized possible. It was bad, and I think the turning point for me was me and my mum went shopping, sort of maybe towards the back end of the year, and I'd been in loads of shops, and everything I tried on I was picking up in like a 14 or 16, and I had been sort of all through school, I was like an 8-10. I was picking up these clothes, everything I tried on, hated, looked awful. I remember I was in the River Island changing rooms, and we was at the French Gate in Doncaster, and we were in River Island, and it was a pair of high-waisted black trousers and like a sort of like a slinky top. Looking back now, me in that headspace probably wouldn't have even picked that up, but I had, and obviously everyone can wear whatever they like. And I tried it on, and I opened the curtain, and I turned around to my mum, and I was just like, no. And my mum always says that when I closed the curtain to get back changed, she was just so upset because she could see how upset I was. I didn't think I'd be getting emotional, but I think at the time I didn't think how unhappy I was in myself affected me as much as looking back on it now as it did, like how I feel in myself now. So yeah, so me and Connor get back together and we book a holiday. So this is the end of 2017. We book a holiday, and I say to myself, right, now is the time that I need to do something. So January 2018, I decided my mum does Slimming World as her diet, and I didn't want to pay to go to class, so I basically just copied what my mum did and decided I would start doing Slimming World. It were all going really well. I'd lost a stone from sort of the end of January to the beginning of May, and I kind of got stuck. So I decided to myself I needed to start exercising. So from the end of January to the beginning of May, I'd lost a stone, and in that time I'd been running as my exercise, which I hate running, so I don't know why I chose to run, but anyway. And I got stuck, so I decided then it would be a good time to rejoin the gym. So I rejoined the gym. Connor goes to the gym and he goes with my cousin, and they've both gone for years. So I went and I would sort of train with them, which isn't massively ideal because obviously they're boys, but I'd go and do my bits of cardio and I would do training with them because I felt more comfortable being there with them. And yeah, so I'd lost a stone by the May, and then by the time we went on holiday in the September, which I'll put some pictures up here of when we went away, I had lost 2 stone. So I was I'd lost just like 2 pounds less of 10 stone. I was 11 stone when we went away. So from the end of January to we went on holiday on the 14th of September, I think, I'd lost 2 stone from doing Slimming World and jogging and doing the gym. And at the time, so happy with myself. I was back buying clothes in like a size 12, and I felt really good in myself on holiday, and I was just much happier in myself. I felt better, I was fitter, because I was getting to that stage before that I was struggling to do things, and I was just really happy. So we get back from holiday and I just completely didn't diet, like didn't think about it. I put weight on holiday. I continued to go to the gym, not as a routine really. I would maybe go like once a week sometimes. Sometimes I go a couple of times a week, but it was never like part of my routine was I'm going to the gym this many times a week. So I put the weight back on. So in February of 2019 was my 21st birthday, and I remember thinking, oh, like I've put the weight back on, like if I'd have just kept it off, I would have looked like nice and I would have felt better in myself. And by the March when I got weighed, so March of 2019, I had put back on a stone. So from September to March, I'd put back on a stone. I was somebody who really struggled with sort of like yo-yo dieting and binge eating kind of thing. So I would go for it. Like from that January to the September when we went on holiday, I was full at it. I weren't extreme. I was just doing Slimming World. I was exercising. It was my sole focus. I would go out with my friends. I wouldn't have an alcoholic drink. If we were going out for a meal, I would only get something that was healthy. Then I come back and I go to, I'll have a McDonald's on a Friday, I'll have a Pizza Hut on a Saturday, and then on a Sunday we'll have a Sunday dinner and some cookie dough. Like in a big stage of I'm either all all or nothing, and not all of the time, because like through the week maybe I'd be absolutely fine, just like a standard, and then on the weekend that I'd be binging, or I'm not having anything because I'm doing really, really well. And I think that just didn't work for me. So we're in March of 2019 and I am yet again unhappy. My 21st birthday had been in the February. I'd said to my grandparents for my birthday present if they would pay for me a personal trainer, because we had a family holiday to Florida booked in the July. So I booked 12 personal training sessions, 1 a week for 12 weeks. And this was at a CrossFit based gym. And I went there, I did my personal training once a week and I did classes, and I also went to the gym. I was still following a Slimming World. I was back on a Slimming World diet at this point. So I'd put a stone back on by the end of March. So I was 11 stone 13 when I started personal training. I'll insert a picture here of what I looked like. This was my pictures that I took before, like my first original pictures for my personal training. By the time we went to Florida, this was me. And I was back to 10 stone 13. This was the lowest that I'd been since I started putting weight on in 2017. Super happy, best shape I'd ever been in. I felt really, really confident when we went to Florida. I was buying sort of like size 10, 12 clothes. Even though I weighed only 2 pounds less than I weighed when we went to Lanzarote, I felt so much better in myself. I thought my body had changed so much more, because a big thing I've learned now is that exercise is a huge, massive part. You cannot lose any weight and your body can look different from exercise. So happy. And I came back from Florida and I thought to myself, I am not putting this weight back on. So we came back from Florida July 2019, and fast forward to lockdown of 2020 in March. I was like, I'm off work. My determination now is I'm gonna get even fitter. So I think I'd put maybe like a few pounds, or maybe like 4 pounds or something, but this is from July to March, so this is not any mass thing. I'd still been doing Slimming World, I'd still been going to the gym. I hadn't been doing the personal training anymore, but I had been going to the gym, so I had sort of kept the same, was seemingly happy in myself. And through lockdown number 1, I downloaded the Shreddy app, which is Grace Beverley's app. Really good app, I would recommend it. And I did the Shreddy challenge that they had on through the lockdown and got into the best shape ever. I'll insert some pictures and little videos here. I was exercising every single day. I was doing really, really well with my healthy eating. And again, I just felt great in myself, still in my size 10, 12 clothes. And yeah, and then in June, July, everything opened, and obviously I just went mental and was like, right, so I'm going here, I'm going there, I'm going wherever I can go. I've always since then stuck to the gym. So the gym was always part of my thing. I didn't ever really stop going to the gym, whereas before I sort of stop and start from I would say the March of 2019 when I started the personal training. It had become part of my routine. So I was still going to the gym through the middle half of last year, but the food was a problem. So I had got more into, because I wasn't big by this point. Not saying that I was big before. For me, I was big. For me personally, I didn't want to look like that. But at the time of last year, June, July, August, me and Connor went on holiday in September. I'll insert some pictures there. I was perfectly fine in myself, but I did know that I had put weight on. I hadn't been getting weighed, but I could sort of just tell in the way I looked. I do put weight on quite quickly once I stop doing something, but I'd got myself more in the mindset that I wanted to be fit. I didn't necessarily just want to lose weight and be skinny. I was enjoying the gym and I wanted to be fit. I wanted to be healthy, and I just wanted something to focus on. I think a lot of that came from the whole lockdown and COVID situation. I'm quite a person who likes being in control of things, and the fact that I couldn't just go somewhere where I wanted to go and you didn't know that you could book a holiday for next year and it'd be okay. I think I just wanted something in my life that I could control, which for me was going to be health and fitness. So in October when I got weighed, I was 11 stone which is still over a stone less than my heaviest weight that I was in 2017, but I had put the stone on again. So I'd lost it in 2018, put it back on in 2019, then lost it again in 2019, put it back on again in 2020. So this stone I just keep putting on and getting off, putting on and getting off. So I decided that I was going to get a personal trainer and I was going to make it more of a, this is my routine, this is what I'm going to do. So I got in touch with a personal trainer, a different one to the one I had before. My personal trainer now works at the gym that I go to. And basically he sat me down, he was like, right, so what are your goals? I'll insert a picture here of what I looked like when I first took the pictures for the consultation. And he said, so what are your goals? And I was like, so I want to lose weight, but I want to get fit. We're kind of now at where we are now. So I started that in the beginning of October. So I've done October, November, December, January, 4.5 months I've been doing the personal training. And this time with the diet, I am doing calorie counting, which is something I've never done before. Love it. So much better for me. So with my personal training, I get personal training, I get a training plan for the gym for when I'm there by myself, and a food plan. The food plan I don't have to stick to, but I also get a calorie amount and a protein amount that I have to have every day. And it has really been working for me. It means I can work in foods that before I would have just completely cut out. And it doesn't make me as bingy to sort of think to myself, right, I'm going to have a cheat day, I'm going to eat this. Like, I can have a McDonald's on my diet as long as I pick the right things and I work it in, I can do that. And obviously because we're in lockdown again, I've been exercising all the time. I will really enjoy the gym now. It is fully just part of my routine. I don't think of it of, oh, I've got to go to the gym. It's kind of just like, oh, I've got to get in the shower. It is just part of my routine because I enjoy it. And I am getting stronger and fitter and healthier in myself regardless of the weight loss. Where I'm at the minute, so I was 11 stone 13 in October and I'm currently 10 stone 7. So I've lost over a stone. This is the least I've weighed since I ever put weight on. Like I said, in 2014 when I was 16, I was 9 stone 13. 10 stone 7. I'm not set on a weight to get to. I probably haven't got that much more of a weight loss focus. But then my idea is I would like to grow my bum, I would like abs, like to be fit and be strong. So that is a different goal for me. I'll insert a picture of what I look like. This was my pictures from the end of January. So that is kind of where we're at. If you would like any other videos, as I say, I'm not an expert. I'd mentioned doing a what I eat in a day video, which a lot of people have liked the idea of, so if you do want to see that, let me know. I would just like to, at the end of this video, reiterate that everyone's body is completely different, everyone weighs different, everyone's a different clothes size, everyone is beautiful in their own way, and if you are unhappy in yourself, you can change that, whether that be for whatever reason. I now am so much more body confident. I put on clothes now, and yeah, maybe not everything that I put on I love on me, and I'm definitely not the most confident, but I know in myself, and Connor can see it and my family can see in myself, that I am just so much happier because this is what I wanted. I'm not striving to be a size 6 and weigh 9 stone. That is just not for me, but I have found goals. And even though now, if you would have said to me in 2017 when I was 13 stone and wearing a size 14, 16 clothes, that you can look like this, you can be a size 10, you can weigh this much, this is what you're going to look like, then I would have said, this is exactly what I want, like I am perfectly fine, stop me here. But now I'm at that, I have a different goal of getting fitter and being stronger and working on my body differently. So yeah, I think that's all I've got to say. I feel like this video is really long. If you do have any other questions, just leave them in the comments if there's anything I left out. I did try and include as much as I could, but if you do have any other questions, please just let me know. I hope this video has been of some interest to you, and if you did like it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you on my next video. Thank you for watching. Bye.